Welcome back to my channel, you guys. My name is Falan and I am a Jamaican. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the 10 things I wish I knew before I moved to the States. So if this is something that you're interested in hearing, come sit down and we can talk about it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is that the American dream is not as easy to achieve as you may probably think. I feel like through movies we are told stories, register rags type of situation with moving to the States, and it's not unachievable. If you work really hard, you can possibly achieve it. However, it is not as easy to achieve. I feel like growing up, when I used to see like friends and family members move to the States, I would see them wearing very expensive things, and I think, okay, to myself, all right, when I go to the United States, I'll be able to afford this, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that. And it's so different when you get over here. Your bills, girl, your bills are due and they're not going anywhere. It's not like in Jamaica where you can put up one piece of wire, light post, and it's still light. When you don't pay your light bill, your light goes off immediately. It's just done, sweetie. It is nothing like Jamaica. These people don't care. You have to pay your bills. And a lot of times, going back to that point where you see people wearing just expensive things, and they seem to be living up their life. Some of them are doing it on their credit cards. They don't really got it. Some people are actually stealing the clothes that they're wearing. They're wearing big skirts, big pants, putting in candles and people pose and all of those things into their clothes. Some people are stealing over here. Okay, that's one. Two, other people are scamming, and that's just the raw truth. And then there's another group of people who they're not wearing the real thing, and so we just have to be mindful that everything is not what it seems to be, and that is not taken away from the persons who are actually working really hard here to achieve their goals. So I just wanted to add that on here, that the American dream is not as easy as you may think. So number two now, and it kind of is definitely associated with number one, be fit to work. Okay, this is a place where you work almost all the time because your bills are so expensive. You have to live, you have to survive, so you really have to pay your bills. And sometimes one job does not pay you enough to live. Sometimes your one job can only pay for your bills, and you can't save from it. You can't send no money go yard. It be like that sometimes, child. So if it is that you are planning to move over here, child, make sure that your mindset is that, hey, I'm gonna put in the work. I'm going to either have, I don't know, this may not be your situation. You may not have to do 2-3 jobs, but be prepared to work. Number three, for me, is understanding credit score. Now in Jamaica, we have this culture of me not owe nobody nothing, me not owe nobody, I give them back every dollar. We don't want to owe anyone. We hate loans. We do not like it. However, here, your credit score is built on you owing and making sure that you are paying back on time and paying back in full. So that is something that I had to learn, because when I came over here, I did not want a credit card because, in Jamaica, we think credit cards are evil. So I did not want a credit card, but my credit score wasn't being built. So I had to take out a credit card, make sure I keep the amount really low so that I can afford to pay it back, because I came here as a student, and that child is how I began to build my credit. So moving from that type of culture where we think, okay, credit cards are like, this is a culture where you have to owe and pay it back. Paying it back builds your credit score. So that is something that I feel like you need to be aware of. Number four, I don't know how to put this. I don't know how to put this in a way that doesn't come off too strong. I feel like in Jamaica, when we watch movies, or when we watch the news or, whatever, you will hear about racism. You will hear about it. And it's real, In Jamaica, we're all black. So we have the black, we have the brownings, we know already. However, when you get here, it's a different type of dynamic in terms of skin color. And in a way, because of my experience here, I have learned how impactful racism can be on your self-esteem. I have learned that, hey, this is a real feeling, because you'll watch it through the screen and you'll be like, okay, yeah, they don't like this, but when you experience it, it's on a different level. And so that is something that you should also be mindful of and be, just open to the fact that this may happen, and kind of plan ahead as to how you plan to deal with it. You have to deal with it in a very good manner, because you're moving from one country to another, to the States, and I'm thinking you want to come to the States to make a big impact on your life, a better impact on your life, and you want to improve your life. So you're gonna want to do the right thing or do the best thing for yourself. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. Number 5. Now this one hit me, especially in school. Oh my gosh, the people here can be really sensitive. In Jamaica, we don't take everything so seriously. We are kind of chill. When we tell you we are irie, we are irie. So there are certain terms, which I will not say on here, there are certain terms that we will use to describe each other, and it'll be funny. It'll be funny, and it's just a joke, and some people even embrace the words people call them. They embrace it, they like it. While when you get here, you really have to be careful of what you're saying. In Jamaica, if you are a thicker woman, I would say, hey, thickers, probably, I don't want to use certain terms here because I don't want to offend anyone, like a term to, describe that person. And if she loves it, she loves it. Furthermore, in our culture, when someone says that you're thicker, it means you're healthy, you look good, you are, yeah. But here, it's not the same thing. You don't know, what persons are struggling with. You don't know if that's what they're struggling with. You don't know. You just don't know. So you just have to be mindful that this is a different culture with different beliefs and different, whole lot of different things. And so you just have to be really mindful of what you say. There's a lot of difference, especially in sexuality and so much. So you gotta be careful and gotta be really considerate, and I don't know what to say. Be really cognizant of the fact that this is a different culture, and they operate in a different way than we do. Number 6. No, if I don't say anything else that you like, make sure you listen to this one. Pack your Jamaican seasoning. Pack your curry. You better pack curry. Pack it. Pack enough. Pack a whole lot of it. Pack up your jerk seasoning. As a matter of fact, left some of the clothes then. Leave some of your clothes. They don't matter. You're probably going to an area that is cold. We don't deal with snow in Jamaica. Leave the clothes then. You will buy other clothes. You will buy shoes. In Jamaica, we wear a lot of slippers. We're going in that all the time over here. Especially if you're gonna live in a place like Boston. Girl, you need your sneakers, okay? I wasn't allowed before I came here. No, I love sneakers. Okay? Pack your seasoning. You will need it depending on where you live, because where I live right now, I don't have access to better pack curry. I don't have access to seasonings that I like. Bring your seasoning. Make sure if you have 2 pieces of clothes in there, make sure you have 10 pack of curry in your pack. Number 7, make sure you know how to drive, how to cook, and for the ladies, know how to do your hair. Is a very important one. Know how to drive. For example, if you're living in a state like, for example, Texas, which is so big and wide. I've been to Texas and it's like 30 minutes to go to everywhere. Every single where. I cannot imagine living into that state without knowing how to drive. Driving is very important, especially when you want a particular job. They'll ask you, what is your means of transportation? You don't want to not be able to get that job because you have to take 2 buses and 2 trains and a taxi. You don't want that. You want to be able to take yourself from point A to point B, especially to your job. And also you want to learn how to drive. You want to know how to drive to be more independent so that you can depend on yourself to take your to get your groceries, to do this, to do that. It's probably gonna work out even cheaper for you than to be taking Uber or Lyft, right? Know how to cook, because I have become a little bit more adapted to like a new taste in food. But before, I kind of longed for my Jamaican food. Could I cook? No, I couldn't. So my mom had to walk me through all the things that I know how to cook now. So make sure that you know how to cook so that you can still feel a taste of home even though you're not at home. I used to miss my little rice and peas because I didn't know how to cook it. My little stew pork. Let me tell you something. If I don't miss anything, I used to miss my red pea soup. Don't play with me, and do not play with my stew peas. I love that, and I couldn't cook it. My mom had to bring me through that process of learning how to cook. Ladies, learn how to do your hair. I am in the process of it because doing your hair over here, it is expensive. It is expensive to do your hair over here, and some of these stylists, they do a very good job, but you have to pay them to curl it. Your hair, you gotta pay them to flat iron it. It's an extra charge. No, ma'am. It would help you to save a lot more if you knew how to do your hair. I mean, you, like myself, you may not always want to do your hair by yourself, but at least know how to do a little ketchup, know how to do a little ponytail, know how to put on a little wig, so that you can go from place to place, not looking like a raggedy person. Number 8, okay? Do not depend on family and friends, at least not for too long. Do not depend on them. They are in this life too. They are trying to survive. They're trying to pay their bills. When you decide, okay, I'm going to come and stay with Charlotte for a while, and you're there upon to Charlotte, and the light bill go up, the rent probably raise, the food, the water, you have to be mindful. Sometimes we as Jamaicans, we say, oh, them change, my family change from them go foreign. They have to change. They have to get with the time. They have to get with it because they have to pay their bills. They have to live. You cannot expect to come sit down on them shoulder and them hip it will break. You know, when you come over here, you have to be like, have a plan in mind to say, okay, I'm going to stay with Auntie Danette for such and such time, maybe until you get a job. When you get a job now, okay, I'm going to stay a little further. I'm going to save up this amount until when I'm going to find an apartment. You're going to buy yourself a car so you can carry yourself to get your own groceries or whatever. But do not come and depend on them. They have to live their own lives, and they cannot always be there for you. You cannot feel bad. You cannot feel bad about it. You're here, hit the ground running, and be independent. Fight for yourself. You're now in the States, just have to get with it. Okay? Right. Number 9. And this is something that I recently, I realized when I moved here. You can go farther, faster when you have a dedicated and committed partner. Because you can decide, okay, you're going to live off one salary and then use the other for savings, and you can decide to buy a house. I feel like you can get to your dreams or your goals a little faster when you have a dedicated and committed partner. However, when you're single, you do have to have some patience with yourself, my child, because it does get a little slower for you, especially if you're in a job that is not paying you as much as you would like to be paid, or you know, it doesn't afford you the lifestyle that you'd love to have, it can be a little bit slower. While other persons do 2-3 jobs and they manage, you know, they still get to those goals, but it takes them a little while. Number 10 and the last one, guys, when you come from Jamaica, stop converting the US dollar to the Jamaican dollar. When you do it, you just depress yourself. You're just depressing your own self. Here, you know, $20 expensive. You not buy it. You have moved to the States where a dollar is a dollar. It is a dollar. Just leave the Jamaican currency behind. Do not sadden yourself. Just leave it behind. Everything is expensive these days. And if this is where you want to live, get with it. $20 is just $20 here. Okay? Now, that brings me to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I tried to make this one very short and spicy. Don't forget to like it. If you do, comment, let me know the parts of the video that you enjoyed, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. It does a lot for my channel. I really want to grow, so please subscribe. It's free 99. Well, thank you guys so much. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and guess what? I'll see you guys in another video.